All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this episode of In a Car with IPR. I'm here with Grace Leong, CEO of Hunter. And we are here in One World Trade on the 65th floor.
68th, Tina.
I don't even know what floor we're on.
Height matters here in this building.
Clearly, yes.
Do you know how tall this building is, Tina?
No, but I bet you do.
I sure do. I'll give you a hint. Why would this building be named the Freedom Tower, Tina?
This is 1776.
She got it on the
Really?
first try.
Oh my God, my daughter would be so proud because of Hamilton.
That's how tall this building is.
Oh.
1776. And it's our honor to be in this building, the Freedom Tower, in all of its grandeur, because of the history of this building and the mission that we get to carry forth to never forget.
I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you. What a great start already.
Yeah, here we go.
All right. So, Grace, tell me a little bit about you and your career journey.
Okay, well, yeah. So I always give a headline here because it's been 36 years, since I've been in this business. And I've had one job and one boss my entire life. So that's, so I was the first employee at Hunter. I used to work for Barbara Hunter at another firm. And when she decided to leave that firm that she had established and start a new PR firm, she asked me to come with her. So how can you refuse an invitation from Barbara Hunter? So I joined Barbara at this firm in the summer of 1989, and I never left. So it's been 36 years of carrying forth the Hunter name, the first 10 with Barbara herself, and then the next 25 on my own with some great partners and, of course, an amazing team here at Hunter.
I love that. Okay,
Yeah.
so tell us a little bit about Barbara Way Hunter.
Oh, geez. Tina, you're a
In a very
scholar.
small period of time.
Dr. McCorkindale, of course, if you open up any PR textbook, you will, in the history section, you read about the pioneers in our field. And that's exactly what happened to me when I was an undergraduate studying PR. I opened up a textbook and I read about a woman named Barbara Hunter. And Barbara Hunter and her sister Jean Schoonover were the first women to own their own major PR firm. And as I was reading, and I'm an undergraduate and I had already committed to PR, I said, I'm going to work for her one day. She's amazing. She's inspiring. So when I graduated, obviously I knew where she was working, and it was my first resume. I sent it in and I said, I had won an award that her company had established at my university. And I'm like, oh, there's no way they're not going to hire me. Well, they didn't, And she told me, she said, oh, we don't have a job opening, but when we do, we'll give you a call. So I almost took another job, but then she called. And she said, I have an opening on the Tabasco account. You showed such great enthusiasm. And I said, I was a stalker, right? And she's like, yeah, a little bit of a stalker. So she gave me the job. And it was working on the Tabasco account with her. I sat right outside her office, and it literally changed my life. I didn't work directly with her because she was still the CEO of DAY at the time. But yeah, and of course, she had such a great career. She and her sister had bought a firm, DAY Public Relations, which is the oldest operating PR firm in the country, established in 1917. And by the 1950s, she and her sister had realized they were working there, and it was not really being run well. There were a group of men running it, and they just weren't really investing and, creating equal pay for men and women. And so Barbara and her sister at the time could not take out a loan on their own, because at that time, women couldn't take loans on their own.
Yeah.
So they went to their dad and they took some money, and they went ahead and bought DAY. And over the next 20 years, they built it up, and it became a major, major international PR firm. And the secret to their success was, the first thing they did is they equalized the pay for the men and the women. They went downstairs to the finance, opened up the payroll, and said, let's equalize this. So pioneering in that way. And then at that time, they also recognized the buying power and the influence of women in the economy. In the 1960s, women were making the decisions in the household. They were buying the food. They were influencing the decoration of the home, the cars, everything that the family consumed. So Barbara and Jean focused their client base and their expertise on how do we connect with women and their increasing purchasing power. When no one else wanted to do that in the PR business, they were doing that. So they did recipe PR and cookbook PR and fashion and beauty and all the things that the emerging female consumer was investing in for herself and for her household. So they found that niche early on because they were women and they realized they were never being marketed to. So, and they wanted to be represented in that space as well. So, I mean, I could go on and on stories about Barbara, but it's been an absolute, pleasure to learn from her and then to carry forth her name at this firm.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then, I mean, and you still focus on food, beverage, healthcare tech, some of the same.
We were founded as a food and beverage firm because that's what we knew really well. But now Hunter is across 11 verticals. So food, wine, spirits, home, travel, lifestyle, fashion, beauty.
I love all those things.
I mean, it's all of these things, right?
Yeah.
So we are solidly a consumer-focused agency where we represent the biggest brands and the companies in the world that in the consumer space. However, recently we integrated with another sister firm, KWT Global.
Yeah.
And now we have the other side of the work. We have corporate and crisis and financial. We added financial services to our remit because financial services are a booming consumer space as well.
Absolutely.
So we put the two practices together, and we just announced that in January. So now we're like solidly a corpsumer agency with more the speciality in many more verticals that are attractive to consumers.
All right, you ready to go to our next spot? All right,
let's go.
Okay, so I want to talk to you a little bit about disinformation and misinformation.
Oh boy, okay, yeah,
There's a lot of it.
Yeah.
So IPR, we do an annual Disinformation in Society report.
Yeah, it's great.
And then it's through our Behavioral Insights Research Center. So we do a lot of work in disinformation.
Mm-hmm.
April, IPR is launching Disinformation Awareness Month.
Oh, I love it.
Yes, so great things happening. And then working with brands and trying to protect, because what we're seeing, of course, with like AI, it's becoming easier to perpetuate disinformation or even just increases and improvements in technology. How do you counsel brands or help protect brands so they don't succumb to disinformation or something happening to them from a reputation standpoint?
Yeah. It's a new world problem, right? But I think the first thing you have to do is you have to make your clients, your brands aware that disinformation is going to happen. It's not going to happen to you. So you have to, the first time a client is caught in some disinformation trap, they kind of freak out. But I think even before that happens, you've got to tell them this is the new world. You are going to be in disinformation, and you have to be prepared for that. So awareness is half of the battle, right? So okay, and when your time is up, then we'll handle it together. But you can prepare for it as well. But the first preparation step is letting them know you are going to be in a disinformation trap. There's a lot of ways to predict disinformation coming, especially let's say we're going to release a new drug or we're waiting for an approval on an FDA thing or we have a new product coming out. You can actually use comms text platforms to see where the chatter is coming from so that you can see maybe a disinformation campaign is bubbling up. So we look ahead to see where the disinformation may be coming from. And not that we can stop it at that point, but we can prepare for it, right? Because it's just going to happen. It's a matter of not, it's never not going to happen to you. It is going to happen. You just have to be prepared and make sure the clients know that we are there to, prepare for it. The other thing is it'll go away after a while. You have to know it's not everything.
The news cycles,
The news cycle moves so that's the benefit these days, right? News moves on really quickly.
Spikes and drops.
And then it's for 3 days it's hot, and then it kind of settles down. And I think that's the other thing we have to teach people who are unaware of how misinformation gets. There's a spike and it's hot and it seems like the world is ending, but then it'll die down and then there'll be something else and something else. So you just have to make sure that they understand that that's the climate.
Yes. And, we published a media landscape study that found very similar with the earned media, that we do see people working more in like sponsored content, paid content, owed content.
They want to
because there's challenges with earned, even with the declining newsrooms and fewer journalists.
Yeah, because unfortunately the news media has a PR problem, right? So everybody expects them now to put in their bias, and whether that's true or not, that's the climate they're living in, and they have to figure out how to undo that bias. And in the meantime, they have millions of followers on their websites and their social channels. They can publish themselves, and they don't really need the news media's filter anymore. So it's a challenge for our friends in journalism.
Yeah, it's interesting. And now we're going to continue our journey with pizza and Tabasco.
This is the best part. Let's go. I'm getting hungry.
Okay, so earlier we were talking about your love for all things Jersey.
Right out the window.
Right here.
What's not to love? Look at that.
I know, it's amazing.
It's an amazing view, right?
So if we were going to go to Jersey, and I have three things.
Go?
We go right now.
We can go.
Just go right now.
Get in my car.
You just did.
Let's go.
You don't have a helicopter?
No, we'll take the path. We'll go to Hoboken.
We'll take the path.
We'll get on the Parkway. We'll get off on the exits. Yeah, it's the whole thing. Come on, Tina.
So 3 things. There were 3 things I could do in Jersey. What would those 3 things be, brand manager?
Easy question. The first thing you have to do is you have to go to the shore. We don't call it the beach in New Jersey. We call it the shore. And the shore line that you have to go to is Cape May. Cape May is the most beautiful beach, I think, on the East Coast. Not only is it at the point, the peninsula of New Jersey, it's a cape, but the beautiful architecture, the homes, Victorian, it's an amazing place to go. So you're going to Cape May.
Okay, I'm going to Cape May.
The second thing you're doing.
Do you know which exit that is?
Yes, it's exit 0.
Okay.
It's
there we go.
It's at the bottom, peninsula, right?
Got it.
Exit 0. So you're going on exit 0. But before you get to exit 0, you're going to pull off at any exit in the Garden State, south of exit, I would say, 12, and you're going to go to a farm stand.
Oh.
Because New Jersey farm stands are hands down the best farm stands and the best example of what the Garden State offers to the universe. And you never, ever, ever leave a farm stand without a Jersey tomato.
Okay.
I mean, literally in culinary, books, it is the best tomato that you can ever buy. So
amazing.
You're going to a farm stand. And then the third thing you're doing is you're going to one of our 2,000, Tina, pizza joints.
It's my favorite food.
Absolutely, hands down, the best food in New Jersey. I mean, we have Taylor ham, we have meatball parms, we have the Sloppy Joe sandwich. But what makes New Jersey is our 2,000 pizza joints. And I'm telling you, you pull into any one of them, whether they're in exit 12, exit 11, and it's going to be good. Because if it wasn't good, we'd shut it down. We would literally shut it down. So pull in anywhere and get a slice.
Okay, so a slice.
Okay. Well, so do you really want to talk pizza?
I want to talk pizza.
Okay. So if you're going to New Jersey, the number 1 pizza place in New Jersey is Razza, and that's in Jersey City. In 2017, Pete Wells, he was the restaurant critic at the New York Times, big New York Times. We know how a restaurant reviewer can make or break a restaurant. He wrote a headline for Razza. The best pizza in New York is in New Jersey, and it's Razza. That pizza is sublime, and it was invented or created by a guy named Dan Richter, and he's just a kid from down the shore who got some Jersey tomatoes. There are those tomatoes. He got some buffalo mozzarella from New York State. He bought some pizza ovens, and he created what is now called by the New York Times the best pizza in New York, and it's in New Jersey. So you got to go to Razza. The problem is, Tina, they're closed on Mondays. So we don't have any pizza today. Yeah. So we got to come back across the river. We're going to have some pizza. I feel like we're going to have some
Should
pizza
we do
today.
Pizza here?
Let's do pizza. Bring it
Where's
in.
that?
Well,
Sarah Jackson.
Joe's delivering.
Sarah Jackson has pizza.
Oh my God, from Joe.
Look at this. Amazing.
I'm so happy. All right, let's see how you do it, Tina. Do you know how to do it? Grab a slice.
I'm scared. Do I have to fold it in half?
Oh, you certainly do. All right, you pull it.
I got it.
Okay, see it down. you got that white plate in front of you, right?
I got it.
Okay, no. Put it on the white plate.
Okay, white plate.
Okay, right? This is street pizza. This is from Joe's. So if we were at Joe's, you would come out of Joe's and your pizza would be in the plate like that.
Okay, we got to fold it in there. Okay,
and that grease would be dripping. You see that grease? And we're going to come back to that grease in just a second. Okay, and then what do you do?
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, you got the white plate. You got the grease dripping on there. This is how we do it.
This is good.
Right. This is really good. Oh, wait. We've got something really important. Put your pizza down.
Flavor enhancer.
Wow. So, Tabasco.
Tabasco. Let's talk about Tabasco.
So we talked before about Hunter. Hunter was established in 1989 with Barbara Hunter and one client. That client was Tabasco. So Tabasco was her client at DAY since the 1920s. Now, Barbara wasn't there in the 1920s, but Tabasco was a client of DAY. And when Barbara came in the 1960s, it became her client. And when Barbara left DAY to establish Hunter, this client came with her. So if you do the math on that, this client has been with some iteration of Hunter since 1917, and specifically here at Hunter, 36 years. It's our founding client, and an amazing, amazing story behind this American brand. But what's most important about it, it is the perfect accessory to pizza. So why is that? So we talked about the grease before. Tabasco is 3 ingredients. It's peppers, Tabasco peppers, it's Avery Island salt, and it's vinegar. And if you know anything about food science, when you add an acid-forward flavor enhancer to fat, cheese, grease, suddenly the flavors kick up and they become an amazing culinary experience. Now, in the US, people for the longest time were just sprinkling, the red pepper flakes on pizza. And they were like pizza zombies because they thought that would enhance the flavor. But if you go to Japan, the number one condiment for pizza is Tabasco. In fact, it's their largest market outside the United States because
amazing.
The Japanese put this on everything. So we saw that in the research, and we brought it back to the U.S. And we've been doing, education that when you sprinkle a little dab of Tabasco, on your pizza, what it does, it interacts scientifically, the acid forward of the vinegar and the salt and the pepper with the pizza, and now taste that pizza and see what you get. It's a totally different experience. Oh my God. I mean, did you taste it? That's food really science at work. Food science at work. We know that, we've been doing food PR a long time, is that the combination of flavors, and you can think of the most basic ones. Why do peanut butter and jelly go well together, right? They go well together because there's a science behind food. And when we unlock the science between fat, cheese, meat, and Tabasco, you get this deeper, more kind of rewarding flavor experience.
That's really good.
It's really, really good. Now, Tina, I gave you our original.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to try something hotter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay. So we've got, here's part of our collection.
I've actually tried
which one do you want to go? So in terms of mild to hotter.
Let me try habanero.
Okay, you want to go? Okay.
It's like the hot challenge. You're gonna try habanero?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Let's see.
Okay.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh. Tina. Okay, let's go.
Well, that really spilled. Okay,
I'm gonna do it with you.
I'm gonna make a little off.
And you have to tell me.
I'm scared.
Don't be scared.
Okay, I'm not gonna be scared.
It's not. Remember, it's depth of flavor. It's gonna give you.
It's really good.
Different taste, right? Because you're tasting more fruit. So this is fiery and fruity.
I'm described the same way.
You think it's the same? Yeah.
No, that's me, fiery and fruity.
Oh, yeah, look at that. She's loving it. So this is a habanero. Everybody knows that this is a pepper that's high on the Scoville scale.
Scoville, yes.
Yeah, you know the Scoville scale, right? So here's the big one, the scorpion.
The scorpion.
I mean, Black Label.
It's intimidating.
You game?
Are you game?
I'm always game.
I'm game if you're game.
I'm in.
Let's do it.
All right, I'll go first, although you're my guest, so you should be going first. But I'm putting it on that pepperoni right there. Okay, there you go.
I'm going to do it.
See, girl. Come on.
Got it.
You've got this. Yeah. So you should
that also pours a little slower, too.
Yeah. Well, they
Mhm.
want to make sure,
I like
portion
it.
control.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I did
yeah.
put 4 on. I'm gonna just take a little.
Okay,
bit.
here we go.
Mhm.
Yeah. I taste the pepper forward. Do you taste that Tabasco pepper? Comes forward first.
Mhm.
Again, the combination with that, the meat and the cheese really blends that across you're feeling it now.
I'm feeling it.
You're feeling it now. I see your eyes watering.
I'm gonna ask you some fun questions.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
They've all been fun questions.
Okay, I'm here.
So we take this from James Lipton inside the Actors Studio.
Oh, okay, I love
but
it.
better.
Okay.
First question: you could have dinner with anyone.
Mhm.
They could be alive or dead.
Uh-huh.
Who would it be and why?
I have a short list on that, and it always starts with Abraham Lincoln. It always starts with him. It continues with Frank Sinatra. It continues with James Baldwin and Martin Luther King.
Nice.
Those are my top 4. Yeah.
So
no particular
table for
order.
5.
Table for 5. Yeah.
Table for 5.
Me and them.
Do you have any hidden talents or hobbies?
Hidden talent. I'm a really good cook.
Really?
Yes. I didn't cook for a long time. And then when COVID came, I was one of those statistics where I rediscovered all my cooking habits and recipes, and I resuscitated that. So
Nice.
really
What
good
would be
cook.
something that you would make? Like if I came over to your house?
So I made, just so you know, I do a lot of meal prep on Sundays. I made my Italian meatballs this weekend.
Ooh.
And I make it for the week, and then my sons had it last night. And I literally said, Mom, your meatballs are the best.
Oh my God. It's a great compliment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What about books, movies,
Okay.
podcast shows?
Yeah, watching a lot right now. I think what's moved me the most, probably in the last year, did you see Shogun?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so I remember the original book in the 1970s by James Cavell, and the original series with Richard Chamberlain, and I really liked the reboot. That was just, I love that. That kind of moved me recently because I was just in Japan, so I'm kind of obsessed with all things in the Asian culture. So that's one of my favorites. I love Hacks. I love Jean Smart. You watch that.
I haven't. But I love Jean Smart.
Oh, Tina.
I love Jean Smart.
Please, I mean, before the next season comes out, please check that
Okay,
out.
I will.
That is just one of my favorites. I recommend it to everybody. So
Okay, so if you weren't doing this job and you
easy.
weren't a brand manager,
Exactly.
for that's what it would be, right?
Easy breezy question. And everybody knows this about me.
Yeah.
I would be cleaning houses. I am a fan.
You would clean houses?
I love cleaning. I am so good at cleaning.
Please come to my house.
I'm literally so good at cleaning. Like if I wasn't doing this and I wasn't the brand manager of the state of New Jersey, I would come clean houses. Now, the thing is, I would only have a few clients. I wouldn't have a lot of clients. I would have
because you don't have time. Like you have to. You'll be at the shore, so you have to like balance
I
that
clean
with
shore
your
houses.
shore.
I'll clean the shore house.
Oh, that's a good idea.
But no, I want to just have a few clients because it's going to be my rules in terms of how clean it really is. So the client doesn't get to say like, I just want you to make the beds and do the laundry. And like I have a
You're like, I will
specific
tell you what
regime.
I'm going to do.
Yeah, no, we're going to make this clinical clean. Like we're going to go from top to bottom. We're doing closets, we're doing organization, we're doing refrigerators, we're doing ovens. Of course, we're doing bathrooms.
Oh my gosh.
We're doing garages. We're doing cars. Go inside the car. So it takes a special client to want that level of bespoke service.
I want that service.
Yeah, you do.
I do.
But again, you cannot get in my way.
I won't
either.
tell you. You can do whatever you want.
My cleaning products are my cleaning
Yeah.
products. I have a certain set of cleaning products.
I'll be your first client. Come
Yeah.
anytime.
Yeah.
What would you not want to do?
What would I not want to do? Oh boy. Ever get my picture taken, act on stage, anything like that. That's the stuff I don't like to do. I don't like to be, I don't like pictures. I don't like to, perform, nothing like that. That gives me the, the icks. You know what the icks are?
Yeah, I do know the icks.
Yeah, I got a lot of icks.
I do too. I have a lot of
And,
icks.
Yeah, I marvel at people that can be on a stage or like sing or like.
Yeah, but you are on a stage. I see you present at conferences.
Yeah, it's like they always say it, but that's not my favorite thing
to
to
do.
Yeah, it's just, you feel, no matter how much you do public speaking, how many times you do it, it's always nerve-wracking and challenging. And that's what I'd like to retire from doing.
Yeah.
And never do again. But I love talking to people one-on-one though.
Yeah, this is fun.
Especially about New Jersey.
Pizza and Tabasco.
And food. And
when this wraps up, I am going to eat like 2 more pizzas at least.
We've got
I'm going to eat them.
A couple more pies. And we can order more.
We have 3 full pies here.
Yeah, so.
Grace, thank you so much for having us here today. This is such a blast
to talk New Jersey and pizza and PR and AI and all sorts of pastimes with you, Tina. I'm a huge fan of what IPR does, and it really does help me be a better leader and a better practitioner. So thank you for all the work that you guys do, and let's keep doing it.
Yes, and thank you so much. You're such a great supporter, and the view of this place when we have events and stuff.
Great.
It's amazing.
I know,
it's amazing, especially today.
It really is.
But thank you, Grace.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Happy to be here.
And if you like this episode of In a Car with IPR, please follow us on all our social channels and follow us on all the things that we do. And we look forward to seeing you all again soon. Thank you.
Yay!
Thank you for watching this episode of In a Car with IPR. Want to make a tax-deductible contribution to support this series and fund research in the profession? Please visit us at instituteforpr.org/contribute.